very good afternoon to everyone. I, Dr. Manjula Gupta, Assistant Professor Commerce, Maharaja Agarsen University, Baddi, presenting you dissolution of partnership. I'll be telling you about how partnership is dissolved among partners. So the meaning of partnership I'll be telling you is that dissolution of partnership changes the existing relationship between partners, but the firm may continue its business as before. The dissolution of partnership may take place in any of the following ways. So there are following ways in which a partnership may take place. Change in existing profit sharing ratio among partners, admission of a new partner, retirement of a partner, death of a partner, insolvency of a partner, completion of the venture if partnership is formed for that, and expiry of the period of partnership if partnership is for a specific period of time. Now I'll be telling you the dissolution of firm. There is difference between dissolution of partnership and dissolution of firm. Dissolution of partnership firm may take place without the intervention of court or by the order of a court in any of the following ways specified later in this section. It may be noted that dissolution of firm necessarily brings in dissolution of partnership. However, dissolution of partnership would not necessarily involve dissolution of firms. So dissolution of a firm takes place in any of the following ways. Dissolution by agreement. A firm is dissolved with the consent of all the partners or in accordance with the contract between the partners. Compulsory dissolution. If a firm is dissolved compulsorily in the following cases. When all the partners or all but one partner become insolvent, rendering them incompetent to sign a contract. Number 2 is when the business of the firm becomes illegal or when some event has taken place which makes it unlawful for the partners to carry on the business of the firm in partnership. When a partner who is a citizen of a country becomes an alien enemy because of the declaration of war with his country and India. So I'll be continuing on the happening of certain contingencies subject to contract between the partners. A firm is dissolved if constituted for a fixed term by the expiry of that term, if constituted to carry out one or more ventures by completion thereof, by the death of a partner, by the adjudication of a partner as an insolvent. And there can be a compulsory dissolution by notice also. In case of partnership at will, the firm may be dissolved if any of the partner gives a notice in writing to other partners signifying his intention of seeking dissolution of the firm. Dissolution by court. At the suit of a partner, the court may order a partnership firm to be dissolved on any of the following grounds. When a partner becomes insane, and number 2, when a partner becomes permanently incapable of performing his duties as a partner. Now next is when a partner is guilty of misconduct which is likely to adversely affect the business of the firm. When a partner persistently commits breach of partnership agreement, when a partner has transferred the whole of his interest in the firm to a third party, when the business of the firm cannot be carried on except as a loss, or when any on ground the court regards dissolution to be just and equitable. Then there are the following distinction between dissolution of partnership and dissolution of firm. They both are not same. So on the basis of the following basis, we have classified some differences. So I'll be telling the differences as number 1 is termination of business. In case of dissolution of partnership, the business is not terminated. In case of dissolution of firm, the business of the firm stands terminated, closed. Number 2, settlement of assets and liabilities. Assets and liabilities are revalued. A new balance sheet is drawn, whereas in case of dissolution, assets are sold and liabilities are paid off. Number 3, court's intervention. Court does not intervene because partnership is dissolved by mutual agreement. In case of dissolution of firm, a firm can be dissolved by court's order. Economic relationship between partner comes to an end. And economic relationship in it, whereas in case of dissolution, economic relationship between the partner continues to a changed form. Now 5th is closure of books. It does not require because business is not terminated, whereas in case of dissolution of firm, the books or account are closed. So I'll be telling you realization account when the firm is dissolved. We need to do some calculations. We need to pay off the debts of the outsider. We need to sell the assets, and we need to pay the expenses. So it is necessary to record it in a specific account. So when the firm is dissolved, its books of account are to be closed, and the profit or loss arising on realization of its assets and discharge of liabilities is to be computed. And for this purpose, a realization account is prepared to ascertain the net effect, profit or loss of realization of assets and payment of liabilities, which may be transferred to a partner's capital accounts in their profit sharing ratios. Now this is the format of realization account. You can see on the screen there are a lot of items I am presenting you in the form of realization account. So the debit side will be of asset side, and the credit side is of liabilities side. Basically, what we do, we brought down our all assets on the debit side, like to land and buildings, to plant and machinery, to furniture and fittings, to bills receivable, to sundry creditors, etc. Whereas on the liability side, we'll start paying off debts of the outsiders, like by sundry creditors, by bills payable, by bank overdraft, by outstanding expenses, by provision for doubtful debts, by cash bank, etc. So if we are selling the assets, the cash bank represents here the sale of the assets, the sale proceeds of the asset, whatever uh, amount we have received by selling the assets in the market, we will term it as cash or bank, right? We will record it as on the credit side cash or bank. But on the debit side, if we need to pay some liabilities on term of realization, it will be termed as payment of liabilities. And on the both side, after balancing the accounts, we'll be calculating the profit or loss effecting on realization account. So this is all for today, friends. Thank you, everyone.